Each mighty morsel was 3 hits, so overall pretty nice.
That's right, and that means we're moving on to the next match. We have now the BD Vikings versus Apex Trinity. We have seen Apex earlier already. They have unfortunately lost to not finished because they have started with a really strong 3-star and then 2 2-stars back to back. In this match now, if you look at the stats, it seems like that those two teams are actually quite close. At the same time, though, it seems like that, if I take a look at the stats correctly, the Vikings, they have quite a high chance of 1-starring, if I see this right. Because look at the 3-star rate. They're like 5 or 6% higher. But this has to be like, they have like nearly 11% 1-star rate. Oh, that is a lot.
Yeah, and also one new stat I see there is the longest fail streak we see from BD Vikings 5 to 12. And yeah, having 1-stars, especially in matches like this, we saw what happened where even if you get a 1-star, it doesn't necessarily mean you're out, but it could be the real difference maker in terms of pace, in terms of putting the pressure and lessening the pressure on the defensive side. But now we're going to have to see Apex Trinity. We just saw them against Not Finished. Can they, come back and take the win, or could BD Vikings actually end up, with all these stats here in mind, taking the win as well? So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm assuming Super Witches will probably be the main army, but who knows? Who knows what they're going to have up their sleeve for this match.
Yeah, so let's see what the stats are highlighting for all of those different players. It seems like that the stats for the Vikings are really close when it comes to their average stars. But then on the other side, we are seeing quite a big difference. We have seen Anoop with the lower 3-star rate. So it seems like if he can really show up and get his team with a support his team with the 3-star, that would mean a lot for them.
Yeah, and we can also see the 1-star rate on both sides having one player who has outlier there. But yeah, hopefully against all the Sound is not really making that much of a difference on defense. But yeah, now we have once again 6 Super Witches and Bat Spells and no healers except for on the healer puppet on the Queen. And yeah, now we have a triple single base. So we're going to have to see. And also going opposite of the Eagle, now we have the baited entry with the Rocket Loons and the Headhunters coming out. So this is going to be interesting with no healers.
And I just realized there are no wall breaks either. And the Queen is as well dead. I am okay. This is looking interesting for the opening. We have, again, the Fireball with the Eternal Tome. Someone needs to explain to me why that combination. But we have the bats, and they have a chance because look at that. It is just mostly, pretty much only the season defense on the back end. And if that one is being taken care of, there's not too much splash.
Yeah, this base only has a single target Infernos. Drops the freeze on the Wizard Tower. The Ice Golem and P.E.K.K.A. do come out. And yeah, uses the last freeze spells on the Wizard Towers. They're going to go down. Wow, there's literally almost nothing to take down these bats here, besides the back end expos. And despite having, honestly, a rough start here with the Fireball and the Eternal Tome, the Queen going down early, Rocket Loons and Headhunters coming out of the CC, this is just looking absolutely crushed. I mean, having no multis on defense, I feel like is a bit of a mistake here because we already know with bats being so prominent, even though we see Super Witches, I think singles are just not the play at all here, especially in the lower town halls. When we already know that when it comes down to the bats, they can just reign free when there's no splash at all.
Yeah, but that was just, you have to give him that. That was just really good base identification when it comes to the splash, because this base was really liking the splash damage on this back end. Again, I would just really love to hear his thought process behind the Fireball, because I feel like pretty much everything else would give you more value. But what is the thinking behind it? I think it's just always interesting to hear those different perspectives, because he's maybe considering something we are not thinking about, more for him and his attack. But hey, this is not relevant for us anymore because we are in with the next attack. We see again another Super Witch attack. Is it going to be the same approach versus this base as what we have seen earlier? And it seems to be the case because we have seen a similar entry already earlier, and it did take down the base here.
Yeah, we saw the same exact thing. The queen was on the left side. The only difference is with this one is the army is going in from the top right side. And yeah, now we have the healers here on the queen, and we have one healer on the main army. The triple multi setup in the middle is going to be interesting. Now we actually have headhunters coming out for the queen there, poisons them. So yeah, we have no jump spells though, so really going to have to rely on the spiky ball and the quake boots there in the middle. And also the bats are going to have to get some good value here too when the multis do go down or get frozen.
I mean, this setup so far looks really, really good. Yes, now the freeze for the Townhall section. The Townhall should go down quite easily. The queen walking around the outside. The fact that she actually went not into this little pocket meant that she's staying safe from all of the damage. The super witches in the core are doing her thing, doing their thing. And now we have the bats for the back end. There's no splash really left alive. This base was wrecked. Like, quite literally, this is one of the most overpowering attacks we have seen so far. But at the same time, Termi, we're at 1 minute and 35 seconds. This is one of the fastest attacks and overpowering attacks we have seen so far.
Yeah, this attack is looking very fast, especially even though it's super witches. And yeah, the plan, the queen walking on the outside, the witches pushing the middle, despite having no jump spells, having a really good quake boots opening there, and the bashes take down the rest of the base. And yeah, this looks absolutely clean here from Green Turtle, putting their clan right next to the other 3 stars that happened on the opposite end. And now we're looking, aside from the time, it's looking kind of like it's a close competitive match here.
Yeah, I was actually not even aware that the first attack was so fast. 1 minute 40 seconds. This one is now 1 minute 46 seconds. So I already called
Just spend most, if not all, their time just practicing super witches because the attacks do seem to be very fast and very fluid at the beginning. Now we have the queen here on the right side zapping out the middle there. Gets, I'm not sure what he actually got here, but yeah, the queen is on the right side. Now trying to push the base on the middle side with the super witches, and the wall wrecker is going to be used.
Let's go, wall wrecker all the way, baby. That's nice. Seeing that that siege is always a nice one because you see it so rarely nowadays, especially in like higher town levels. Is it? Oh, it's not even getting the next layer open, so you can see exactly why it's not getting used that much higher up. But hey, that Archer Queen went down super early. I think there were some black mans hidden early on. So the healers didn't really make it that far either. And now it's back to the Ice Hound, which is delaying those Super Witches quite a bit. And they can really tank a lot of their time. And make it all the way. That Town Hall still needs to go down.
Yeah, now the Eagle is actually getting missed, even though we did have the opening. And now the witches are going back. And now the army is kind of splitting a little bit. The tunnel gets frozen, still has the jump spell. The king opened a lot of the base here. The tunnel does go down nice with the Yeti Mites there. Now the witches are all pretty much together. And once all these witches are together, it's really hard to take them down. There is a single in the back end, but yeah, there's 2 freeze spells here. And I don't think that there's, well, I don't know. The left side is looking interesting because the multi's still up. Can the single make that much of a difference though with the 2 freeze spells?
I mean, right now it's on the skeletons, right? So that's not that big of a deal. He could now use that freeze to protect the witches. Are they quick enough? Can they walk out of this? Can the jump? Is the jump running out? Because nothing is really jumping it. Now, finally, it is. Could freeze it again. That's what he does. The super witch, though, now being super low. The freeze was kind of late. This might be a 3-star, but it would be for sure on the, like, not as fast attack. I mean, there's quite a bit of damage left on this base, right? It's not a guaranteed 3-star.
Yeah, the witches are taking a lot of damage too. Both of the archer towers locked onto the back end witch there. And now the big boys are taking a lot of damage as well. Now there's only 2 super witches left and there's 40 seconds. I don't know. There's a bunch of walls left over. Can they break out in time? It's going to be very close here, Itsu.
I'm not sure if it's 30 seconds. I think it's just a time issue as well, right? Because we have 2 storages left alive. We have possible skeleton traps left on the left side. 20 seconds. Those witches need to somehow become racing cars because time is ticking so fast, and this might be the first defense in this match. That is the exact defense the Vikings needed to pull ahead.
Yeah, now we can see even the multi taking down more things here. The witch will go down. Even then, the time it just ran out. So it's going to be a 92% for Apex Trinity. Now this really opens up the window here for BD Vikings. They can, go a little bit slower in their own attack. And the most important thing they should be looking for is getting these stars, getting the 3-star, because if now they can, secure their lead.
Somehow finish this match because, nope, never mind, cannot. Kind of can if they're tripling it out. But hey, this base earlier did defend the one, so I remember correctly. So that is something to consider. Let's see if now Vikings can get the job done versus the base of Summit.
And we see an E-Drag here as well. So the E-Drag is going to be used, I guess, to funnel the right side. We see some bat spells as well. There is no rage spells for the E-Drag or for any of the army. We do have the healers from the Queen, though. The Queen is going to be attacking the defensive Queen, taking quite a bit of damage, but it should go down. The Eagle shots, also doing quite a bit of damage there. But yeah, now we only have one wall breaker. There is no jump spell, so we're going to have to see the King open up a good amount of walls here, but the army is kind of splitting and walking on the outside.
Rocket loons, and as well the candle is start firing. The forest switch already went down. The vulnerability is quite late. It seems like this base is doing really well with stopping those witches. The eagle finally has went down, but look at the candle. It is just so annoying.
Yeah, the cannon doing so much damage. Takes on the Queen. It's going to take down the healers. The Warden is walking away, but now the healers are down. The King has to go to ability, opens up the compartments, and wow, the hot candle really proving to be annoying on this base. It's just melting, quite literally melting. All these super witches are completely dead. And now the Town Hall might not even go down. Are they going to go down? They do. Oh my god, the Town Hall barely going down with the skeletons at the very end. Sends the blimp on the left side, has the free spell still. And now we still have the bat spells as well.
I mean, they had everything in their own hand, right? We said it, but 3 wizard towers? Wait, why? Start from the top side for more percentages. Why from this bottom side you're getting barely anything? What? What is happening?
No. The sweeper also.
Why? That is... Why? I just don't get it. I mean, at this point, we all agree that it was no 3-star. No chance. It was all about percentage points. Why would you not start from the top side and use then the minions for cleanup for at least some percentage points? You have gotten like 4 defenses out with this. That was just a really weird decision coming in there from this bottom side. And this might cost him this match, because this now means it's a 2-star defense. But this is a way lower percentage. And Apex Trinity, if they're 3-star, they're going to win this match.
Man, I can't believe what I'm watching here. I literally just said it's all they have to do. If they get the 3, they'd be in such a good position. But in esports mode, this base with the hot candle has been insane. Anything can happen, and when anything can happen. But yeah, going opposite there was with that hot candle doing so much work. But now we're already into the next attack here. We're going to go right into the Town Hall. It looks like we have the Stone Slammer and Super Witches once again with the 4 zap spells. So we'll see what they zap out here with the Giant Arrow as well.
Yeah, Headhunter to take down those top heroes. That's a nice opening, but to take some time. But hey, a 3-star is all what matters here. If he's going to 3-star, it's going to win the match for them. And he's taking his time with this attack. Giant Arrow to deal some damage for those defenses behind the Town Hall. What is now the next plan? Earthquake is in. What do we see next? Some lightnings. Yes, 2 more lightnings. There we go. 1 more. And the defenses are staying up. But staying really low, because remember, there's no Bitter Huts repairing them.
Oh, no way. Is Anoop gonna go opposite of the Town Hall here? Oh my goodness. Oh, I think they're gonna save the Stone Slammer for the Town Hall, but now, oh man, this attack is looking so interesting. The Eagle shots are going off, the K-Kaput is going crazy, the Minion Prince gets frozen, the Witches are taking some damage. Oh, they're looking like they're pretty solid here, actually. Now the jump spell comes in. But yeah, the Town Hall is still up. I'm assuming they're saving the... Yeah, the Stone Sniper is going to go in for there. But now, I don't know. Is it looking solid?
I mean, the Townhall's going down. That's the most important thing right here. But the healers are going down as well. And I feel like there are not that many Super Witches left. The Poison, he's saving that for Clash of Clans 2 right now. Use the poisons on the ice pups, please. There are no heroes left where you could use it on.
Yeah, the poison spell would have made such a big difference there with the time, especially. And now we have a rage spell being used. Oof. Yeah, the witches are splitting here. There's still a lot of defenses here on the base as well. So it's just going to come down to whether or not these troops stay together, but they're splitting so much. The Super Witch is going to take so much damage. It's probably going to go down. The Queen might end up going down here as well. There's only one Super Witch and one Queen left, but she's getting locked on as well.
Getting locked on as well, and it seems like it's going to be another defense here. With that, Vikings are back and having this match in their own hands, because this means if they're now going to 3-star, they're going to win this match. I mean, I'm just right now, I'm completely surprised of what exactly is happening here. Both teams, it seemed like, had the deciding attacks, I don't know, in their own hands. But then say, nope, that's too much pressure, you guys can have it.
Yeah, this is this is honestly a little shocking because, yeah, one team had the advantage, another team had the advantage. Now it goes back to the other team. They're just, you know, pretty much going back and forth here. But 79% for a noob, and I don't know, anything can happen on this last attack. I'm not even going to say a 3-star will secure it. I just want to see what's going to happen for this last hit, because now the nerves have to be at an all-time high. I think the most important thing, take a deep breath, focus up, you know, see your strategy and just go in from there, because this match has just been chaotic. Well, now we're already in, and the Warden ends up going down so early. The Hot Can are doing so much damage, and now with no Warden, it's going to rely heavily on the bat spells here for the back end.
And if I see this right, he needs the 3-star because one attack gives like 33%. That means they cannot win a percentage. They have to 3-star this attack, otherwise it is game over. He had the fireball take on the Fern Tower on the far left side, since we have seen that base already. We somewhat know what happened early on, but now it's all about the bats. He's starting with them. We have them taking down the... taking down the Wizard Tower.
There's no heals. There's no free spells. There's no free spells. Itsu, there's no free spells. Oh no. I think he still has it though.
Okay. I was like, where's the free spell? But you said, yep, there is no free spell left. He already invested all of the spells. But that was completely fine. It seems like that all the buildings which had to go down did go down indeed with those bats. And since time is completely irrelevant at this point, it is going to be indeed the victory for the Vikings. Because, well, this means that this is lower bracket match, and Apex Trinity would drop out of this one.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I thought once we saw all the Super Wishes, I thought, okay, these guys are all just going to take their time. They're just going to go and push the base normally. But these first two matches, I don't even know what's happening. Like, so many different openings, so many different entry points, and so many things happening. But, yeah, now finishing off the match, BD Vikings getting the 3-star, which is the most important thing, and time not factor. Yeah, congratulations. Very, very nice win here, but very chaotic from both sides there.
Yeah, and I was really looking forward after the first attack each, because both teams started so strong. Remember, both teams.
Yeah, that is the most important thing, getting the win at all costs. And now we can take a look at the player stats here. We have the percentages and the star rates. Of course, the stars making the biggest difference here in this match. That 3-star at the
one. And now this is match deciding is who's going to get the second one. Is it Noob Scarlet, who have really, really shown up in their last match with a really impressive offensive showcase, or on Super Witch attack, and that unfortunately did not end up well for the attacker. So I would expect way more Super Witches, but the question is it going to be with Fireball? Is it going to be with Lightning? Is it going to be with something different? And it seems like it is going to be with the Lightnings.
Johnsy God here from Noob Scarlet is actually going to open up here. Looks like it's going to be just a mini Warden Walk here. No Fireball. Going to actually zap out the 2 Expos here. Can they get it? Looks like yes. Doing some damage to the cannon, which is also very nice. Trying to get the max value. Trying to also set up the funnel. And then should also push into that Eagle Artillery. Remember, this base earlier, I think, was actually a Yeti Bomb that went down. But now just deciding to go directly into the Eagle. But that does leave the Town Hall on the opposite side, so we're going to have to see how that is dealt with later on with no bat spells.
No bat spells indeed, and the Town Hall is a little bit further in, which means the Slammer or a Blimp would not get the Town Hall that easily. Instead, we have now the huge push going strong into this top right side, and this is pretty much everything entering from there. And I think that we even had the giant arrow, so he did not use the ability just yet, I believe. So that's an interesting decision why the healers all going down, so he has to pop that the Warren ability. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, this opening is looking very, very crazy because now all the healers are pretty much gone down, and also Super Witches are taking a lot of damage. Now another Super Witch goes down. All the healers are down. I was talking about earlier how the healers are going to switch, but so many traps, so many baited entry bombs going off. Wow, the CC proving to be very annoying. And wow, this is looking very, very interesting, Hitsu, because a lot of the army has gone down here.
Town Hall is giving you a second star, and that's what he has to go for. Maybe the Queen ability can be the difference maker here. The giant arrow goes off, and the Town Hall is not going. What?
Oh, no. He had the giant arrow still on his queen. He did not have the action figure. And now he is forced to send the blimp from the opposite end. Can the blimp make it with no traps? All the traps went down earlier, so I think the blimp... Oh, there is a couple traps, but it should be able to get the Town Hall. It is relatively low from the Queen earlier, so does secure the 2-star, but the percentage is very low here. So this is going to be a massive defense for BD Vikings.
That is a tough attack, and everything just happened because of this one air defense. The one air defense not going down being the difference maker because it shot every single healer in this attack. That was just, I don't even know, like, unfortunate, because I don't think that you would have really planned for that everything is ignoring the air defense there.
Yeah, there was just so much going on, like entering the base there. That was like the most baited spot with the minion prints. There was just all the giant bombs, the tornado trap, the ice hound came out, and the ice hound also came out when the troops were inside the tornado trap. So like they were all just
could have a really big advantage with that. We see the Super Witches again. We see a lot of lightnings and 3 earthquakes. Is that going to be with the fireball or something? Or what is the plan here? No fireball. So what is he going to use those lightnings and earthquakes on? Topside compartment and burn tower.
Yeah, this is interesting. Going just for the Inferno Tower. Now, you have the Queen to step in. Nice. She steps in to get the Town Hall here. And I'm not sure what the other Quake it's going to be, I guess, used for the Town Hall here. So the Queen is doing a good job with the funneling, kind of keeping the army together. Minion Prince is doing a lot of damage there to the offensive King, though. But it should go down. And, yeah, we have the double multi. NATO comes out. We still have the CC and the hot cano, though, so that could be very annoying depending on what it is.
Ooh, the hot cannon should go into the second stage, though, pretty soon, right? But it's already start firing. We have the earthquake now there as well to do some more damage. The Queen going down because there was no poison invested or the freeze. The freeze on the candle, and we have the slammer now from the top side, but that eagle on the back end is hurting quite a bit. The second stage for the candle is activated, which means less shots are being put out there, but they are on the healers.
Yeah, that Queen is instantly dying to the CC. And the Super Witches are still alive with the healers, though. The Hot Candle being in the second stage really making a difference. The Eagle's still getting some shots in, but it does go down to the Stone Slammer. And yeah, the Super Witches are staying together. The healers are alive. There is one archer on the left side. It does go down to the Headhunter, though. Now we still have the Yetis and these Super Witches are going to take the long route. They're kind of splitting up. The Warden, once again, does not know where he wants to go. This is like a good split, though, I think, because it's now really coming down to the time, I think. The time is looking solid. It just depends on if this army can actually clear the rest of the back end, though.
Yeah, again, the one air defense on those healers is unfortunate. But the Witch has to carry. But there's still quite some defense on the back end. We have one more Witch on the far right side, which is coming in slowly. The first Witch has to survive with that Warden. Walking around, walking out of reach now. That means the Warden is under fire with 40 seconds left. I don't think that that Witch can really make it happen with the one reinforcement. Which 30 seconds, that is going to be a photo finish.
Yeah, this is looking close. It's going to be all about if the big boy can jump in front of the Super Witches. But even then, the time is only 20 seconds. Can these Super Witches get some kind of crazy split here? And even then, they're just so slow. I don't even know if there's enough time here. There's only 10 seconds. It looks like it's going to be coming down to the time here, unfortunately.
But this would mean that the percentage lead is in their favor, but they're not really getting the star lead. And that is, while some type of lead, still the best possible outcome for Noob Scarlet, because this means that they have the chance of a comeback. We have seen this now a couple of times that stars can.
Yeah, it's crazy time and time again. Just when we think that, it's for sure going to be a 3, it comes down to time. It comes down to something happening in the attack. But now we have Noob Scarlet once again with the Super Witches. Now we have a Fireball coming down here. Very nice. Gets the Fireball and gets the Expo there as well. So now I would assume they'd probably go into the Eagle side to try to get Eagle nice and early. This is also a triple single base, so that means that the Bat Spells can do quite a bit of damage here, as long as the Wizard Towers are not going to pose an issue. And we do have the K-Catapults in the middle, though, so that also can play a factor if he's not too careful.
Yeah, sending the arrow across, trying to set up some pathing and funneling. The first black one already collected, so he has to be careful here with the Tessa form. He is having a lot of damage on his Archer Queen. We have the King now as well, walking around the outside. So he has to layer another wall break to get into the single front tower, and he has to be careful with the Warden.
Oh.
Okay, there we go with the freeze, keeping him alive. But where's the Warden going? He's again going back and forth. Come on, buddy, go with the Super Witches. Go to the left.
Yeah, the Warden actually, in this case, it actually helped him because he stepped out of range of the single, but the freeze also was there. Now the Witches are kind of going in and going out. There is one Witch only on the outside, which is nice. The King Ability gets used, but the Witches are pathing through the middle, which is really important. Now the K-Catapult with the Hero Farm, though, is in the middle, so that could be a really big threat. And also the CC has not come out yet, but we do have a blimp for the tunnel, which is going to be very important here. Now, can this K-Catapult do some damage here to the healers when the Witches step up? We're going to have to see. They don't get hit just yet. The single is also locking onto the Queen now, but we still have the Bat Spells. There is no freeze spells left, though.
No freeze spells left, but I feel like he has to start with those bats really soon. That's what he does with the far left side. The Town Hall did not go down, though, because of the Super Dragon.
Oh, man. I don't know what happened was inside the CC, but there was nothing that came out. The Super Dragon just obliterated them, and now the Super Dragon takes down the Warden. All the bats are gone. There's only healers left, and they all go down, and it's looking like it's going to be an insane one-star defense for BD Vikings. Oh my goodness, the Super Dragon. I'm getting a little bit of deja vu here from last month. The Super Dragon, same thing happened where there was a blimp that went to the Town Hall and there was just so much damage. Anything that came out just got instantly destroyed by the Town Hall and the Super Dragon Flame. Wow, this is crazy.
Oof, that hurts a lot. I mean, they already had the super low percent 2-star where they had to save the second star, and now this happens as well. And then the current reality. So let's just keep going. I hope that Termi is going to be back in just a second. As he's aura staring into my soul. But we have again some Super Witches in combination with the Electro Dragon. Termi, are you back? Okay, I cannot hear him, but I hope I'm not talking over him or anything is bugging out or anything like that. So if he's back, he will jump in right away. As we're witnessing right now, the Queen charge into that Eagle compartment. We have the Electro Dragon funneling this bottom side. I'm not so sure if I'm the biggest fan of that Electro Dragon. I feel like the last time it just did not really get a lot of value with that one. But for now, he's now pushing with the Super Witches. The healers for now are switching as well to the Super Witches. So like everything is kind of all over the place. But we have the Electro Dragon, for whatever reason, staying alive. We have the Eternal Chome now activated. We have the King ability activated, but he did not open up that core compartment with that Inferno Tower, which means he has to push a long way towards the tunnel. We see that's the siege to take that out, so that's the good news. There's still a lot of base left, and we have only 2 freezes to take down. Not just one multi-Inferno Tower, but even a second one. Where's that? That's a single. I'm sorry, that screen is kind of small for me. So we have the 2 Wizard Towers on the back end, and the multi-Inferno Tower on the core, which is a big task for those bats. We're starting with the bats in the middle, but that's against the sweeper. Let's hope that's still enough. They're splitting now a little bit. We have the Wizard Tower trying to fire back, but everything is splitting, everything is spreading. Can he still make this work? Termi, are you back?
I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I am back. I don't know if they can hear me from the stream, but I don't know what happened. But I'm back, and I see some craziness happening on the screen here. BD Vikings, the witches are still alive, but there is not much time left here in this attack.
40 seconds, and the witches have to go through the small test stop part at this bottom side forest. They have to go through a lot of different compartments. And this is not going to be enough for the 3-star, which means we have another 2-star. And even though Noob Scarlet has gotten the 3 stars out of those 2 attacks, there might be still the chance for them winning this match. Because if they 3-star, well, then Vikings still need the 2-star to win, most likely. But, I mean, we have seen crazy stuff happening, so I would never say that this match is over, because we could still see crazy chaos happening here.
Yeah, really, really big defense.
It's a golden ticket match. Whoever is going to win this is going to claim one of those golden tickets for later this year. And we have now Parrish. I think he was one of those players who earlier today did one of the cleaner attacks. So I really hope that he can claim that for his 3-star for his team and really show us how you have to play those Super Witches to get great use out of them. We have some lightnings again. He did, I think, a really good lightning attack with his last attack. So let's see how he's going to utilize them and split them, because that's what he did last time.
Now we have these Zap Quakes again. Ooh. Multi does go down there. Very nice, getting some more value. Splitting these zaps there. Now the Wardenwalk is going to try to set up a good funnel here and should be able to go right into the Eagle. Now the Town Hall is on the opposite side, and the K Kaput is also by the Eagle. So this entry could be potentially having some traps here, and the CC coming out later into the attack could also be very, very interesting, moving forward. But now we're going to have the Witches and the King come through. Where is the Queen going to be placed? I'm assuming on the bottom side for helping with the funnel, because we still, oh yeah, the Queen getting placed there, Giant Arrow through. And now we're going to have to see if the Sweeper plays a big role here with the defending Clan Castle, as well as the Minion Prince too.
Ooh, that spiky ball to take down that defending seasonal defense being clutch. Really nice for him. Queen at the bottom side fighting for her life with the 1 healer, because the other healer from her went with the Super Witches. And that 1 healer is getting taken away from her as well. We have the Eternal Tome now to protect the troops as they're moving through the core. And moving towards that defending Ice Sound. We have seen that time and time again. That Ice Sound can be quite annoying on this back end, because that freeze effect and the ice pops especially can be quite annoying.
Yeah, very nice poison spell there, though. The Ice Hound didn't even make a dent. The only thing it did was delay the army. That is a good execution there. The poison spell waiting for the Hound to go down. Now the Witches are just powering through. The Queen does go down here, and now the healers are actually getting burned by that multi, but all the Witches are surviving. The healers can fly away. The Stone Slammer is going to go for the multi eventually, and I think this is looking like it's going to be a 3. Aside from the time, this looks very solid.
I mean, that should be the first 3-star for Noob Scarlet. And if you set up the pathing and such right, like Parrish has done now in his attacks in the stream so far, in both of them actually, they look so easy, right? But this is really the key moment there. You need to set up that pathing. You need to make sure that those troops are pathing through the base in a controlled fashion. And this is where a lot of those players so far has kind of struggled to really make that work. But this is where you appreciate a clean attack like this even more, because this is going to be indeed the first 3-star for Noob Scarlet. And that means they're going to finish on 6 stars total. But with a percentage overall, this means that we see, if we see from Vikings a 2-star with obviously 50%, then they're already going to win just because of how diverse attacks from Noob Scarlet's team went. But 2-star sometimes can be a challenge in itself.
The win, so yeah, all Firaz has to do is opening up with a quick fireball, gets the hot candle there nice and early, going to go straight into the Town Hall with the giant arrow, has the witches as well, not trying to risk anything whatsoever, and as long as they get this 2-star, it's going to look very good for them.
That's what they're doing right now. Testoon triggering some traps. The king is walking in. I think it was an ice golem popping early. That single from a tower, another ice golem, just to make sure that it's really frozen. We're dropping another freeze on there. And then we have now the king ability, opening up everything, giving him access to the back end. And we have the blimp on the back end as well to make sure that that eagle is not firing at those super witches over the entire attack duration.
Yeah, the defensive clan castle being a little bit of annoying for the warden there. The warden does end up going down because there were so many headhunters that came out. So now the army is kind of split here. It was looking very solid, but now the multi and the seer minions are doing quite a bit of damage. The freeze goes down on the multi, drop another freeze on the multi once again. And the heroes are going to stay alive here on the defensive end. The bats are still alive as well, but they're kind of fizzling out. So really, really good percentage, though. I think that's the main factor. It might even be a 3 because there is plenty of super witches with the healers. I think it just would come down to the time, but yeah, looking chaotic, but I think they still have it.
Yep, that means we have Vikings getting that victory because they're having more stars and more percentage and maybe more stars. Let's see, but I think that should be enough with the remaining super witches to clear the rest of the base. And that gives Vikings the second golden ticket then of this Townhall Cup.
Yeah, very nice. Getting the 3-star, getting the job done. The most important thing was getting that 2 stars, but of course, getting the 3 stars is the cherry on top. So congratulations to Vikings. They are going to be moving forward, getting that golden ticket, which is very, very nice, and moving up into this bracket here to face their next opponent.
Right, and then we have the animation again. The victory goes to the Vikings, and that means as well that golden ticket goes to them as well. They have to now fight in the lower bracket finals versus Cats, usually Moan. And then we're having the last team waiting in the grand finals, but that's a 7-6 victory right here.
Yeah, very nice win. A lot of things happen here in this war.
Fire with the attacks we have seen, but there we go, the golden ticket animation for the Vikings, their tournament, and that was one of the 3-star strategies, the Super Witch attack,